etc., etc. Request Miss Leanne to escort me on an inspection of my designated region. Male members of your group need not accompany. What's that about?
Don't you see? On the surface, it's an ordinary job offer. But underneath, a top-tier client has requested the most popular companion at our escort service. You.
That's disgusting! I never signed up for this!
But you're our most popular escort. You make $1 million for the first 2 hours, and $2 million each hour after that!
Forget it!
There's nothing to worry about. We run a safe, clean establishment. No physical contact. And if he tries anything funny, we'll have proof of everything right here on film.
Oh, boy.
Of course, it wouldn't hurt if you egged him on a little, Leanne. Flash him some skin, huh? Sound like a plan?
No, it does not!
This is your first solo job. Let's give it some gusto. All right, you ready? Come on, time for us to hit the road.
You're serious?
Oh, it's her first job. We need to trail her and see how she does.
You think I don't see that camera you're holding?
This area is strictly off-limits. Go on. I don't want any trouble.
So, is that the stone?
Oh, yes. The star of the heavens. The one that you brought me.
It makes a lovely ring.
Thank you.
Are you any happier now that you have it?
Oh, yes! Oh, the height of happiness. Absolutely. Then again, I can't help but think of all the people in Basel who struggle every day just to get by. I wish the stone could help others find happiness too, but who knows?
I'm sure if you're wishing for it to come true, it will.
They're actually getting along pretty well.
Moments like this are worth preserving.
I had a really good time.
If I took that, this wouldn't exactly be a date now, would it?
Oh, no,
Well, ready to head back?
Take the money, you idiot.
Oh, this is my chance! What foul pit did you crawl out of? You've nothing to fear. This one is for happiness. Eat this, Heavenly Star Punch!
Hey, what just happened?
Master Painter! Master Painter!
We've begun the work of accessing Zenith's longevity control system.
And the ring?
It's fine. We'll be using it as is, in its present shape. Don't worry. The ring itself should suffer no outward change.
That's not what I meant. I wanted to know when it would be ready.
Well, still several more months, I should think.
Months.
Zenith uses quartz as a means to control humanity. If we can control Zenith, we will have free reign to extend or shorten lives. However, if a person's quartz should break...
They'll die.
Exactly. So you see, finding our own quartz and securing it in a safe place should be a priority. We understand the link formed between quartz and individual at the time of birth. But finding an adult's quartz is a painstaking process. They're organized generationally, but that, I'm afraid to say, is only a small help.
Then brute force is the only way. A race against time.
Always an honor to be asked for by name. Of course, I can't imagine what possible use a lowly hunter could be to the great Antorion.
Well then, Vacheron. You should have declined my invitation.
I thought I'd see how unkindly the years had treated you. I also thought you might be reopening old wounds, and I wanted to be sure.
Old wounds, indeed. That dirty business with Victor and the rest. All because of one expedition. I haven't been on Rowan's good side since. But without that past, there would be no present.
Such optimism doesn't become your age, old man.
Divine medicals. Men who experience unequivocal and certain death, yet emerge alive. It leaves in its wake the mark of the supernatural at the miracle's location. I call it the sacred sign. You've seen it before, yes?
Now to carry out the sentence.
You missed on purpose.
Now that's for you to decide. You watched me put the gun in his mouth, aim for his brain, and fire twice.
But look at him. He's alive.
You're the witness. What do you make of it?
We can't just leave him like this. We'll be ruined.
Hey, when your god survived his execution, what did he have to say about it?
God? Oh, God have mercy.
He has been judged for his sins, and so he is without sin. Such is the will of God in his glory.
Somehow, your connection with the miraculous runs deep. You're something of a miracle yourself.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you are the sole survivor of the expedition.
I'm only alive because of the sacrifice made by Victor and the others.
Really? There was no sacred sign?
If there was, I didn't see it.
A prudent choice of words. Never stick out your neck till you've seen the axe.
Right. I thought I smelled money.
Ah, what a sharp nose you have. I want you to go back. For me. Give those ruins another look.
If we're gonna find Antorion's sacred sign, this is the place.
I don't see anything.
All this way for nothing. You sure we're in the right spot? Huh. A gun? It's pretty flash, too.
How unexpected. One of Zenith's knights still lives.
Okay. What's so funny?
Maybe there really are miracles. It's all how you look at it.
How you look at it?
Sure, how you look at it.
The rest is knowing where to look.
You changed so much after the prelate's death.
It's been more than 20 years. I'd be surprised if I hadn't changed.
But you were filled with such passion. And then one day, it was as if you hid away your emotion and let cold reason take its place instead.
You can't accept that it was time that changed me?
I feel you keeping me at arm's length. But I only say this because I am worried. Yes, you can win people's minds with reason, but never their hearts. And it is always their hearts that most people listen to.
It takes more than emotion to build a world. We must reconcile faith with science.
Well then, why don't you just come right out and tell them that? That God is just a mere tool. Oh, my stomach churns just thinking about it.
Things are fine the way they are. As am I. Let the people go on dreaming. It falls to us to make their dreams a reality.
We teach people to love God, respect Him, fear Him. That is what cardinals do. Rowan, this talk of reconciling our faith, it borders on blasphemy. Do you deny it?
You must forgive me. It is time.
Can you do these things and still love the life you have chosen?
No. The time for me to love is over.
Do you know what I see, Rowan? I see a man clinging blindly to duty because he has nothing else. So what happened to your ring? Have you forgotten your vows to her too?
Do I use reason to remake the world? I do not. I destroy emotion for emotion's sake. Zenith holds us bound, even beyond the quartz.
How come you won't pray, Zephyr? You know that God is always watching us, don't you, Zephyr?
What does it matter whether I pray or not? Nothing changes.
You're wrong. Things do change and we grow by overcoming the obstacles God places in our path.
What was that? You'll listen
Keep
when I
this
talk
up
to you!
and the Inquisition will have you hanging by your
You're a
neck.
disgrace.
He knows
Your parents
nothing but
must be
heresy.
ashamed of
It's
you.
corrupted his soul.
And have any parents.
Zephyr! Breakfast! I know you're awake! What are we gonna do with you? What's his problem?
That time again already. He was the same way last year. Today's the day Zephyr and I first met.
Where are you going?
To pay my respects.
I'm coming too!
You might regret it.
Out of my way.
I'm not moving.
It's no good. How can there be a god in a world with people like me? Do you really think God will save you?
I know he will. But whatever happens, whatever may come, I'll accept the fate that he gives me.
Fate. I'm not ready to accept fate.
The scriptures I gave you, keep them with you.
This place is a mess. They taught theology here once.
I don't want to know.
These are the same halls I walked that day. This is it. The place we first met.
What? You met here?
That's right.
Wait, he wasn't a victim?
Hardly.
How horrible!
It's kind of ironic, don't you think? A murderer like me bringing flowers to a grave. But it seems the thing to do.
I don't know if I can face him. I'm afraid I won't be able to look at him the way I did before. Sure, half the time he's sulking or saying something thoughtless. That's how he is. I know that. But I don't want to hate him.
I came here to end the standoff. I shot him.
What?
But he didn't die.
I don't... How did this happen?
I don't know much more than you. Why do some live while others die? Sometimes I think he'd be happier if he had died here. But that's really not for me to say. The only thing that matters is what's in your heart, right?
Why didn't you wake me up? It's almost noon. Where's my breakfast?
There was a time when our bodies contained the mechanism to regulate cell division. It was the breakdown of this process that caused cancer.
Cancer?
A disease that ravaged the human population long ago. Cancer no longer occurs in modern humans, humans under Zenith's control. But another way of looking at cancer is as a sort of cellular immortality. Of course, there were attempts to scientifically remove the associated risk of death and of aging. Doing so would have left only the positive effects, namely immortality. When quartz breaks, the effect is instantaneous aging. Perhaps it's only a similar process, but the result is still death.
Are you suggesting we're a disease that's killing Zenith?
I'm saying that maybe Zenith is our cancer.
How perfect is your judgment? Does it never falter? Does it never err? I know it's never had room for emotion. I don't let feelings cloud my judgment either. How could I? Now, I think it's time to find a place where those feelings belong. Farewell, my lord.
I came to say goodbye. Not as a cardinal, but as a friend. What do you say? Just like old times?
Well aged. A good bottle.
You should know you gave it to me.
As a cardinal, I let myself get too caught up in the little things.
Don't be too hard on yourself. What could be smaller than the troubles between two people?
You're right. All we've ever done is choose between good and evil, as it suits us. That's why there's nothing I want more than to kill him! These aren't ruins. God walks among us here.
If you think God bothers to meddle in human lives, you'll never find a place for those feelings.
Which is why I've folded my wings. I want to fall.
He's gone. Rowan, is this really what you wanted?
How can I turn him from the same path that I've chosen for myself?
Well, isn't this a surprise? What's it been, 1, 2 years? What brings you by? You're on business?
I'm looking for a boy named Zephyr. It's my understanding you've taken him in.
Oh, I don't think he's around, actually. Yeah, I remember him saying something about going on a trip. So, what did you need? I'll be sure to give him the message.
I never stopped investigating the incident. There are some loose ends that need tying.
That's in the past. Your god passed his judgment on that a long time ago.
God. I think I may have come around to your way of thinking on that. I haven't come to you as a cardinal in service of his god. I'm here as an ordinary man.
Well then, I don't see much reason to let you in.
So you judge him worthy of life? Kill me now, then, while you have the chance. The next time we meet, we'll be enemies. Or maybe we can come to an arrangement. If it's money you want, name your price!
I don't judge him.
Zephyr! Do you still have the scriptures, boy? We have much to discuss, you and I. There's a bridge nearby. Meet me there and we'll talk. Just the two of us.
Vacheron, I can't find Zephyr.
So, he went.
Well, aren't we going to go help him?
He made his bed. Let him lie in it.
Are you serious?
I'm glad you came, Zephyr. Do you remember me? I was the witness assigned to your execution. My name is Lagerfeld. I was once Cardinal of the 10th Diocese of Chandelier. I've come to bury the grief of the bereaved and the dead. And if I'm lucky, my own. Mass had finally started when, from the far end of the hall, a muffled scream rang out. It had begun.
Don't.
We arrived 20 minutes later. When I saw the carnage that awaited us, it was beyond all imagining. Tell me, what did the girl slumped in the corner of the alcove say before she died? The explosion wreaked such damage, many of the corpses were beyond recognition. How should we mark their graves? The mother of a boy whose body was riddled with bullets said she could forgive you. Tell me, why did you live while they died? Is your life worth more than theirs? It sickens me to even look at you. Your life is a blasphemy. Your very existence shakes the foundation of faith. Only your death will satisfy me. Do you still have the scriptures she gave you? Did you ever open it to the last page? You should find a picture like this one just inside the back cover.
This is my sister.
There were a lot of orphans in that school. If you hadn't been so stubborn, I could have told you the truth. Their blood is on your hands!
Leanne. Why?
You idiot! You wanted to die, didn't you?
Wouldn't it be better that way? I should be dead.
You think that can make up for what you did? Not even close! If you're going to die, at least die with courage.
Why am I even alive?
If you hadn't been there, I'd be dead. Isn't that enough?
Yeah?
I want Leanne to be happy.
Fair enough.
Then I can die.
I know the Cardinals do not follow me unconditionally. It is because you have placed your trust in me that others lend me their support.
I hadn't realized.
That's just as well. It's enough that you go on being yourself. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Turian was a trusted ally, a true friend, with a shared vision for our future. Now, he grows more distant with each passing day. Lagerfeld is gone too. The Cardinals have been scattered on the wind. It will never be as it was in Frida's day again.
You're even less pleasant today than you usually are.
Even that eccentric maniac, Aureliano, pledged his loyalty to Frida.
You loved her, didn't you?
I did. Lagerfeld and Turian, that freak, Aureliano. She brought them all into her dream. Her dream of a world of everlasting happiness. I was so close to being utterly alone. I don't know what I would have done without you.
What's with this?
This is our first job on our own. It's time for us to make our mark.
We can pick which jobs we take.
And I picked this one.
Oh, how good to see you both again! Jean-Paulet! At your service.
Jean-Paulet.
Such beauty. I couldn't ask for a more perfect surrogate to play my blushing bride. The situation is just as I told you. There's been a threat made against my wife. Someone plans to kidnap her at our wedding. Mon Dieu!
Trouble with an ex?
Yes, actually. I even hear he spent a great sum of money calling in some big guns for the attack.
What do we do?
You're going to be decoys at a fake wedding here, where the ceremony was originally to be held. Meanwhile, my bride and I will enter into holy matrimony in a safe, undisclosed location.
What a tool.
You didn't forget, did you? Today's the day.
Yeah. Don't worry. Everything's ready to go.
You remember your assignment, where you need to go?
Sure. That place in Chandelier. I forget the name, but yeah, I know it. You need me to crash some wedding and kidnap your ex-girlfriend, right?
Yes. I'm counting on you.
You know, I'm beginning to understand why she dumped you. Hey! We've got a job to go to! Huh, well, that's right. They had work of their own today. I guess I'm gonna have to handle this one on my own.
Maybe he's not gonna show.
Boring.
I know! Jean-Paulet left us a ring.
Sure. You mean this?
Hey, Zephyr, as long as we're here.
Are you crazy?
Scaredy cat.
I am not.
What about the kiss?
Kiss? Kiss?
Not so fast! Nothing personal, but I need to borrow your bride.
Vashon?
You and him and you? What the hell's going on? Daddy does not approve!
Us? What are you doing here?
Oh, this is a bit much, even for an old pro like me. But are we on different sides of the same job? How much he paying you? Get out! Oh, that's a cardinal for you. Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll pretend the two of you beat me.
You sure that wouldn't bruise your ego?
Nope.
I doubt anyone would believe we beat you anyway.
Yeah, well, these days, you never can tell.
This ring is a symbol. It is a symbol of Zenith's vow of eternal loyalty to you. How does it feel? How does it feel to have a god at your command?
I look forward to seeing the fruit your research has borne.
Of course. But first, there's something I want to tell you.
What could you possibly need to tell me now?
Something you, as a cardinal, must know all too well. Tell me, what is written in the last book of the scriptures?
The death of God Sybil.
Very good. And what else?
The Sibyl's rebirth. The second coming?
A subject well worth pursuing, don't you think?
Bastard! You'd use our dead prelate for a shield?
You mustn't think that I don't trust you, Rowan. But once I've told you how to use the key, I'll only be a nuisance who knows your secrets. You understand.
You mean Frida could be reborn? No. That's impossible. I can't accept it. I won't!
Mind you, nothing is certain. I speak only of possibilities. The possibility of a true miracle.
A miracle?
We should be going. Zenith awaits. Of course, I'll show you how to use the key.
That's an awfully strange request.
It's from Teresa. She usually has someone else do it.
It sounds like fun. Think of the smiles on their faces.
Come on, kids are always happy when they get presents. If you ask me, I think it sets a bad precedent.
You think so?
Well, work's work, isn't it?
Then it's decided. We'll be handing out presents this Christmas. Any objections?
You're serious about this?
I am.
No backing out.
Don't test me.
Right then. We'll put the holly and the jolly into this show. They won't know what hit them.
Easy. Let's not get carried away.
Ridiculous!
You? What about me?
Oh no. Sorry. I guess I really didn't think this through.
I hope you'll forgive me. I know this is no easy task.
Don't be silly. They're enjoying themselves. All right, troops. Showtime!
There's still 2 left.
Those are for you. Merry Christmas.
And a happy birthday.
Oh, you remembered.
How could I forget? After all, it is the day we met.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and besides, it's an easy day to remember.
Thank you so much. The children had a wonderful time. If you'd like, you're all welcome to join me for the Christmas Mass at the cathedral.
I thought that was a cardinal-only affair.
Well, I can bring my friends, can't I? I could even introduce you to some of the other cardinals. You never know. It might be good for business.
Oh, do you think Cardinal Rowan will be there?
You aim straight for the top, huh?
He looks forward to this service above all others. I'm sure he'll be there.
Merry Christmas.
What's going on? What do you think you're doing?
Let her go, please. Our research is done. We have our results. I don't need to tell you this. It's her life. Let her live the last year of it.
You watch your tongue, Eurus!
I want to see that world. A world where people live life as they want to.
Let her go. Her fate is the same either way.
All finished here? Let's go home.
How? How is she still alive? Was it even her? Number 20? Or was it something else? Was she reborn? Resurrected? Sullivan, what have you been hiding from me?
It was Christmas Day when you set me free. Why did you lie to me? Did your experiments turn out the way you'd hoped? I'm the only one of the 20 who's still alive, aren't I?
You okay? Don't want to catch another cold.
Thanks. I'll be careful. We may only have been experiments, but you treated us like people. Why? Why try to run away with me when you knew how dangerous it was? We spent that last Christmas together alone. Just the two of us. I wonder how you're doing. I wonder if you even know I survived. I'm alive.
I've tried, but I can't get through to Sullivan.
What did the laboratory report?
Well, all 20 pieces of quartz were shattered.
They're certain that the 20th is real. They're certain that Leanne's quartz is real.
It may be some time until we're sure.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Sullivan was hiding from us. Were his experiments a failure from the start? What's he been doing all this time? He wouldn't. The rebirth? The resurrection? I don't know. What in the name of God is going on? Am I being punished for my lack of faith? Am I being punished for losing my way?
You're being too hard on yourself. You've made great sacrifices. You've done so much.
I need you to tell me. Tell me what you really think, Veronique. Should I have chosen to follow dream or reality?
As of today, all phases of the project are complete. I'm shutting down this facility.
What are you talking about?
You're free to go. In fact, the sooner you're gone, the better.
I don't understand. Why wasn't I told of this sooner?
Rowan's mobilized his troops. They will be here any moment.
Why would they come here?
To eliminate us, I should think.
Why? I don't know what you were trying to do here. But whatever it was, I'm as guilty as you are. In all good conscience, I should stay.
Why would you want to do that? I don't think Rowan is in any position to pass judgment on you.
Maybe not. Let's just say I'm staying to fulfill an old promise.
Then this is goodbye.
Dangerous place for a lady to be walking all by herself. Care to hire some hunters?
We deliver wine, help make statues, even stop the odd terrorist.
Please, don't try to stop me. My mind's already made up. I appreciate all you've done, Vacheron. You kept your distance and gave me time to think things through. And of course you too, Zephyr. If it wasn't for you, I'd never have thought about going to see Professor Eurus.
Professor?
There's something I want to tell him.
Oh, believe me, that's way too much trouble. They're not gonna let you just waltz right in there.
You gonna kidnap him? Go in guns a-blazing? Not very ladylike.
Would you just stop already? I'm gonna lose my nerve.
You're just going to pay him a visit, right?
Leanne, how do you know he's even still alive?
I don't. But his chances of surviving were probably better than mine.
Well, no more rain to hide those tears.
Come on, let's go have a look.
Time's a-wasting.
Thank you.
Just as we left it. As though time stood still.
What the hell happened here? They've all been slaughtered like pigs.
It's horrible. Who would do this?
It could be the break we need. Come on.
Someone's coming. That's the professor's room. Get out of the way! You won't have anything to do once I'm gone, will you?
You're right.
I'll probably get in more trouble while you're asleep, so will you take naps somewhere close by?
Sure, if you like.
You big liar! But you will come to visit on my next birthday, right?
Yes. Of course.
Wrong again. 'Cause I'll be coming to visit you. So much has happened. I don't even know where to start. I jumped. I was saved. They've been so nice. It's been so much fun, and I've learned so much. But whenever I think about the past, it's so hard. I'm so scared, and I can't make myself forget
This
you.
is impossible. It can't be her. It can't. Leanne, if this is really you, there's so much I have to tell you. So much I have to say sorry for. I can't.
No, I didn't come here hoping for an apology. Things happened that we wish hadn't. It's true for everyone. I know that now. But there's something I want to tell you. I'm all right. I'm going to be all right.
Leanne.
Don't worry, little one. We'll meet again beyond the walls of Basel. Listen to me. If I'm late for our rendezvous, I want you to take this quartz and destroy it. Now, time to go.
It's a whopper of a tale.
Yes, well, that's the providence that guides our world.
I'm not sure I want to believe it, but I've seen a man die under more or less those circumstances.
The quartz in the lab was definitely shattered. If it wasn't Leanne's, Sullivan is the only person who could have swapped it out.
So it's Sullivan. Where is he?
I don't know. We could search his estate. Might find some clues there.
We could pretend we never heard this. Just go on the way we have. Everything could be fine.
Yes. It's possible.
This is her life! I'm not as cool as Vacheron, but I'm not gonna turn tail and run from the truth. A stone breaks, and a person dies? I guess I'm too stupid to understand. You're a scientist! Maybe you can explain it to me! There is no reason she should have to die. I don't understand. If they're gonna kill someone, it should be me. Why am I still alive? What's wrong with this world? Where do I need to go? Because I'm going. And I'm bringing Leanne with me. And if you don't like it, I'll bash your head in right now!
Well, that's that. Guess a little charity work will build character. No shortage of these guys.
Let's do it.
Visitors. Not whom I was expecting, but you're welcome nonetheless.
Aren't you the Silver Tongue?
Our 20th experiment. You're here for Leanne's quartz, I take it?
Bastard.
What do you mean, my quartz?
Oh, I see. They didn't tell you, did they? My name is Sullivan. I was in charge of the laboratory Eurus used to carry out his experiments. Experiments that, in my opinion, were quite invaluable. We mapped the quartz of 20 newborns and programmed one to die each year. For 19 years, it went according to plan. But on the 20th, we encountered a glitch. I'm sure you've guessed by now. Your quartz is in my possession.
Let's have it.
Kill me, and I've arranged for her quartz to be destroyed. Would you care to test that arrangement?
This has been a most enlightening conversation. I finally found you.
What? Cardinal Rowan?
It's been far too long, old friend.
Tell me something. The last of our experiments is standing right here before you. How do you explain that?
I assure you, the experiments were a success. Her continued existence is rather unexpected.
So there are forces that defy your calculation. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm afraid so. Yes.
I wish I knew what to believe. Do I trust the reason you so often spoke of? Or do I trust these forces that defy calculation? Miracles.
Miracles are a part of the system. I believe that.
I see. Then there's only one way to find out. If you die, Leanne will die too. Now, let us see if these miracles really do exist.
What have you done? What's a miracle anyway? Would you know one if you saw it? And suppose you did. Would that make you happy? You may be a cardinal, but it won't save you. You'll die screaming! Damn it!
Well, that explains it. That's why you didn't tell me what was going on. I thought something was a little strange. How could you do that to me? You should both be ashamed. Please, don't keep anything else from me. I know you meant well.
Sorry. Somewhere I still had it in my head that you needed to be treated like a child.
I understand. A year ago, I couldn't have taken this.
You can't tell me this doesn't scare you.
I don't feel any different. It won't change the way I live my life.
I can't just push it away like that.
You changed the way I live. You and Vacheron.
I can't. I don't want it to end like this.
None of that. Nothing's ending. There's something I need to find out. Rowan has the answer.
Zenith. Fusion of science and faith. I thought of these two opposing forces as one. Perhaps that was my first mistake. The reality overwhelmed me. I lied to myself. So many sacrifices in the name of our ambition. But Sullivan made one final error. He forced me to see the reason you died, and with it, the truth behind Zenith. In the name of ambition, he showed me the road to walk, and opened my eyes to the possibility of miracles. It took me 20 years to realize just which road he led me down. 20 years. If ignorance of one's sins is itself a sin, then I have sinned mortally, and I deserve to die. Now I've set aside ambition for the sake of the people, and chosen to shoulder the burden of my errors. I must have them come at me with everything they have. Then I can do everything in my power to destroy them. If the miracle of immortality exists, then that's one more miracle I can believe in. And I will die content. But it's something I dare not let myself believe. I have no right to hold you in my arms ever again. Why should I alone be afforded such happiness? Tell me how I might atone to those 20 children, to all who have suffered. Whether I live or whether I die, I will never know happiness. Never! There can be no turning back! What do you want?
I smelled something stirring on the wind. I found it hard to resist.
You've always had a way with words.
It's the smell of battle.
Yes. And who here hasn't fought his share of hopeless battles? Not very sporting of you to leave us out of this one. Now is it, Rowan?
You are our general. We wouldn't abandon you in your hour of need.
Of course not. You weren't the only one who took a vow before the prelate, you know. Should anything befall her, we swore to stand at your side. And so we shall.
Our troops spread before us like the sea. We need only await the coming of the storm.
Forgive me. This was not your fight.
Such a vulgar weapon for the Angel of Love. It does not suit one so divine.
I'm Leanne. That's all.
And I am Cardinal Goriliano.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Step aside. We're here to see Cardinal Rowan.
I'm so sorry, but I really must refuse. Your only way past is through me.
We have no quarrel with you.
Really? Is that because cash is all that guides your gun?
Ouch. Okay, fine. This one's on the house!
Another step closer to a miracle. It's been a long journey. How long I've waited for this moment.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
I'm listening.
I believe everyone has a path they're meant to walk. Do you regret yours?
I have no regrets. I chose the path I walked. Wherever it leads, I will accept the fate that awaits.
I'm glad.
What a curious girl.
Why don't you hate me? Do you think you're some kind of saint?
You may not want to kill me,
but that won't stop me from killing you!
No, but maybe this will. Shooting someone in the back. Not very sporting of you.
You really want to see a miracle?
Are you going to show me?
I don't think you'll live long enough to see it!
Where I was weak, God gave me you to be my strength. Through you, He will change the world so that people might be free of suffering. By the will of God, little by little, the world is reborn. I want to see that world. A world where people live life as they want to.
Is something the matter? You cannot stop now. Your destiny lies before you. Zenith waits just ahead. The entity you know as God. It's important you see it for yourself. Perceive the providence of our world.
Impossible! How could this be our God? A machine? A machine told the final hour of our prelate's life?
It may be difficult to accept, but it's true.
It's not for a machine to determine when a man should die! What meaning is there in such a death?
Zenith has taken the place of God, that's all.
And you expect me to keep up this charade? You'd have me go on leading the people? Leading them in the name of God? How can I remain a cardinal knowing this? A cardinal in a church with no God!
The people need a shepherd. Even if you find the thought distasteful, you must consider them.
You're right. Sparing one at the cost of many accomplishes nothing!
If we can learn to control this, it will change everything. We can create a new faith. A new faith that combines reason with compassion. Just think about it.
In one breath you deny God, and in the next you speak of faith. All right. I'll set my doubts aside. I'll set them aside to build a world of order, for the sake of the people. Whatever research is needed, I'll help in any way I can.
You've made the right choice.
Let my own sacrifice be the first. If divine providence is only a calculation, I won't sit back and accept my fate!